you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Time now for Cavaliers between the games. Let's see what's in store for today.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, along with the Chippewa Valley Museum, would like to take the next few minutes to help celebrate the 150th anniversary of the city of Eau Claire. So now today's episode in celebrating Eau Claire's sesquicentennial.
Any city and surrounding regions which have a history of over 150 years is sure to accumulate a plethora of strange and unusual items. Recently, the Dunn County Historical Society in Menominee, Wisconsin, and Chippewa Valley Museum in Eau Claire challenged each other to share creepy and unusual objects from their collections. Join us now as we discover what sits behind museum storage doors. Day 1. Remnants. The Chippewa Valley Museum shows us a courthouse gargoyle, while the Dunn County Historical Society displays a .45 caliber bullet from the Kraft Bank robbery. Day 2. Dead collections. The Dunn County Historical Society starts things off with a 123-year-old 3-inch centipede. And the Chippewa Valley Museum presents a 50-year-old snowy owl. Day 3. Hair remembrances. The Chippewa Valley Museum lets us see a hair bracelet from the 1870s, while the Dunn County Historical Society shows us a hair watch fob. Day 4. Facing your fears. The Dunn County Historical Society displays a homemade Halloween mask, as the Chippewa Valley Museum shows a painted metal mask from the early 1920s. Day 5. Medical cures, medical horrors. The Chippewa Valley Museum displays a rectal dilator which was used to cure consumption, acne, nervous conditions, etc., while the Dunn County Historical Society shows us Kazar's Magic Salve and Wonder Salve, which was for injuries and ailments. Main ingredients include alcohol, sassafras, and gunpowder. Day 6. Painful reminders. The Dunn County Historical Society intrigues us with a jaw dilator, and the Chippewa Valley Museum has a denture stand with dentures. Day 7. What to say? The Chippewa Valley Museum has a Ouija board from the 1960s. Here's the Dunn County Historical Society's copy of a Norman Rockwell print of a Menominee business. Day 8. Body parts. This is the Dunn County Historical Society's exhibit mannequin named Victoria. And this is the Chippewa Valley Museum's exhibit mannequin storage loft. You'd never know these cost an arm and a leg. Day 9. Poisons and mysteries. This bottle labeled poison is from the Chippewa Valley Museum. And this episode of Uncanny Mysteries is from the Dunn County Historical Society. Day 10. Creepy dolls and bizarre souvenirs. The Dunn County Historical Society presents an example of a bleeding tooth narite shell, as the Chippewa Valley Museum shows us this plaster doll. So, which museum has the creepiest collection? Is it the Chippewa Valley Museum in Eau Claire or the Dunn County Historical Society's Rasbach Museum in Menominee? And the winner is Of course, as anyone who goes to either museum to learn more about our past as we celebrate 150 years of the city of Eau Claire.
You've been tuned to today's episode of Celebrating Eau Claire's Sesquicentennial presented by the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV along with the Chippewa Valley Museum. Stay tuned as we have more between game entertainment followed by Game 2 of today's doubleheader coming right up.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Coming up next is Game 2 of today's Cavalier doubleheader on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogozinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And welcome back to Carson Park for game number 2. They're already on their way. We're into the second batter. First batter struck out, which would have been Brent Jensen. Andy Neese is up. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Austin Ketch on the mound for the Cavaliers. Cavs come away with a win in game number 1, 2-1. Just a little outside. Ball 2. Ball 1. 1-2. 1 out. Top of the first. Just a little low.
Hey, and thank you for stepping in there, Dan. We had a little confusion on the lineups there. And we have a high pop-up into the infield. Coming in is Cooper Kapanke. He makes the catch. So that's going to bring up for the Rivermen, Carson Windishausen. He didn't play in the first game. And the first pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. Behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, is Teddy Joas in this game. Rick Byer is out on the bases. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That is not Cooper Kapanke out at third. It's Chase Yeager. Cooper's over at first. And we have a fly ball out into right field. Josh Garcia is under it, and he makes the catch. So, 3 up, 3 down for the Rivermen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've completed a half inning of game number 2 with no score. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Okay, we finally got the lineups figured out. So, for the Cavaliers, leading off, right fielder Josh Garcia. He'll be followed by Campbell Kapanke playing center field. Then Cooper Kapanke on first base. Cole Tyman is behind the plate. Ethan Kelberg is the extra hitter. Anthony Pogodzinski, this is why we call him Pogo, is the designated hitter. Chase Yeager is at third. Caden Erickson at second. Ben Boda is out at short. He is our Gino's player of the game. And Jordan Nix is in right field. Leading off for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the first inning, Josh Garcia. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Garcia went 1 for 2. And a swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. He grounded to second and then got a bunt single. And then he had a sacrifice bunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Josh Garcia. And the pitch. It missed. It was high for ball 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Josh Garcia goes down swinging. Nick Urban is on the mound for the Rivermen.
Center fielder, number 27, Cam Kafanke.
Urban has no record so far, no wins, no losses. He does have 1 appearance. Swing and a miss for Campbell Kapanke for strike 1. And a 9.00 earned run average, but he's only got 1 inning under his belt. And he gave up 1 run, so that, the way you figure it out, comes out to a 9.00. And the pitch is inside. And the pitch, it's high. Three balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. So Campbell Kapanke draws a walk. brings up Cooper Kapanke. Cooper went 1 for 4 in game 1, but he did score the winning run in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitch fouled off on the right side. I did run into Cooper between the games, and I did say, good thing you got that base hit because you couldn't have scored without it. And of course, his father encouraged me to keep egging him on a little. So I did say, it's about time you got off the schneid with that one. And he just turned and gave me a big grin. No balls and a strike to Cooper. And the pitch is high. 1-1. And the pitch is high. It's now 2-1. And it's now 3-1. Nick Urban on the mound. And the 3-1 pitch is high for ball 4. So both Kapanke boys draw walks. That's going to bring up Cole Timon with 1 out. And runners at first and second.
Cole Timon.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. Timon went 1 for 3 in the first game. He doubled. Urban's pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Okay, come on, guy, you can get that.
And the pitch, it's inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Urban at the belt, takes a peek over towards second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Ethan Kalberg.
The extra hitter, number 28, Ethan Kalberg.
Kalberg did have an at-bat in the first game, and he made the most of it. He doubled out into left field. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Kalberg's the extra hitter today. And the pitch, it's high. Around the infield for the Rivermen, Alec Johnson at third, Sawyer Sturz at short. Brett Jensen at second, Jacob Lacey at first. Alex St. John behind the plate. Carson pitches high and away, ball 3. Carson Windishausen is out in left. Lance Lettner in center, James Davis in right. Nick Urban on the mound. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Here's the pitch, it's inside. Ball 4. That's a third walk of the inning. Bases are loaded.
Designated hitter, number 44, Anthony Pomisinski.
Nick Urban at the plate. Or Nick Urban on the mound. Pogo at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's a strike called on the inside corner. Urban looking in. 2 down, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. Runners all take a lead. And the pitch. Missed outside. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Urban at the belt. And the pitch. Hard shot over to short. Picked up by Sturs. Throw over to first, and they got Pogo. So, for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 3 were left on base. We've completed 1 inning, and we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Jackson Faulkner on the mound for the Cavaliers. And we last saw Jackson throw, if I'm not mistaken, in the season opener. He threw for a couple innings in that season, maybe just 1 inning, in that season opener against Jim Falls. And that was such miserable field conditions that it was hard judging his performance in that game. As I look up Jackson Faulkner's information, once I get to the right page of my information here, yeah, he's credited for 2 1/3 innings. He's given up 5 runs, but a lot of that was because of the field conditions up at Jim Falls. And here's the first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1 to James Davis. And then he's been nursing a sore arm. And the pitch, line shot out into left field, just past the glove of Ben Boda out there at shortstop for the Cavs. So Davis singles to left. Brings up Sawyer Sturs.
Shortstop, number 22, Sawyer Sturs.
Sturs went 0 for 3 in game 1. He also drew a walk. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Jackson Faulkner. Bring some heat when he needs to. Here's the pitch, foul back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's a little bit high for ball 1. And the pitch is outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a chopper foul down the third baseline. Here's the pitch. Chopper out to short. Throw over to second for 1. Throw to first. No, they don't make the throw. They wouldn't have got him. But they got fielder's choice for Sawyer Stirs. 6'4", fielder's choice with a put out at second on James Davis. And Jacob Lacey, the first baseman, comes to the plate. And Lacey went 0 for 3 in game 1, struck out, grounded out twice. No balls and 1 strike to Lacey. And the pitch. That's high for ball 1. Pitch. Called strike. That one went pretty much right down the middle of the plate. Painted the center stripe on Water Street with that one. Faulkner at the belt, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike number 3. Second strikeout of the game for Faulkner. Brings up the extra hitter, Blake Logering.
Extra hitter, number 33, Blake Logering.
Logering went 0 for 3, struck out twice, and flew out in game 1. There's the pitch. And it's a called strike over the outside corner. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third, foul ball. Yeager made the snag over there, but it was just like a step into foul territory. Faulkner's pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. So, for the Rivermen, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we've got no score after an inning and a half. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
And we're back at Carson Park.
CRBL update. After 3 innings, Osseo Merchants 4, Tilden Tigers 0.
And we do have a score in game 2. We'll have to see if we can get it. I think I have it here. Of that Osseo Merchants game. That also was a doubleheader, Tilden Tigers and Osseo Merchants. And in game 2, after 3 innings, it's the Merchants 4 and the Tigers 0. Tigers did win the first game of that doubleheader. As we head into the bottom of the second inning, coming up for the Cavaliers, we have Chase Yeager, followed by Caden Erickson, and then our Geno's player of the game, Ben Boda. And the first pitch to Boda, or to Yeager, is a called strike. Caught the outer third of the plate. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Now the pitch, all back into the net. Count remains 0-2. And they're going to change out the ball. For whatever reason, Nick Urban didn't like that one. Urban's pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Coming in is Windeshausen, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Caden Erickson, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 6, Caden Erickson.
Pitch is a swing and a miss for Erickson, strike 1. Urban works from the belt only. Pitch is inside. Alex St. John trying to frame that pitch. Didn't get the call. Sometimes you do. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caden Erickson with 1 out. And the pitch. Called, third strike over the inside corner. Caden Erickson goes down looking. That doesn't happen very often to Caden. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Ben Boda. And, of course, our Geno's player of the game. Don't forget, mention Ben Boda's name when you go out to Geno's tomorrow. You'll get a free soft drink. And the first pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. If he gets an extra base hit, that soft drink turns into an appetizer. And the pitch is outside. Count goes even at 1-1. Two down. 1-1's the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Nick Urban finding his groove now, bringing some heat. And the pitch. It's inside. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the second. And the pitch. And a called strike, but it gets past the catcher. Ben Boda heading down to first. And that's going to go in the book as a strikeout, because the pitcher still gets credit for that, but an E2 to put the runner on first. An error on the catcher, because that was right there.
Outfielder, number 9, Jaden Nix.
That brings up Jaden Nix. And the pitch is a little bit high. And 2 pitches are high. Nick's hitting 143. But he has really good speed. And a chopper right back to the pitcher, off the pitcher, but he picks it up and throws it to first to get Nix out. And for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We've completed 2 innings and no score here at Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Cavaliers came out on top in Game 1 on a walk-off sacrifice fly by Mitch Voller, scoring Cooper Kapanke in extra innings, the bottom of the 8th inning, to win it 2-1. That last batter for the Cavaliers, Jordan Nix, we've kind of come up with a nickname for him, and I was talking to him about it before Game 1.
Jaden Nix.
Or Jaden Nix. And I told him, I said, you know, if the Chicago White Sox back in the day could have had shoeless Joe Jackson, we get hatless Jaden Nix. Because, and I smiled at him and said, you can't run and catch a fly ball without your hat coming off, because I know it falls off every time. Jackson Faulkner on the mound. He wheels and delivers high fly ball to left field. Playable. Nix back. And it bounced off the fence. You know what the problem with that was? His hat stayed on.
Extra
drag. Of course,
drag.
they had to make a liar out of me there, didn't he?
Extra drag.
So Alex St. John starts off the inning with a double. It's going to bring up Alec Johnson. Third baseman. Faulkner delivers. It's outside for ball 1. And the pitch, foul back into the screen. One ball, one strike, nobody out. Runner on second. There's the pitch. Foul back out of play.
Brought to you by Flanagan's Sports.
Alex St. John on second. Alec Johnson at the plate. You can see how that might be a little confusing. And we get another foul out of play. Again heading over toward my car.
Well, the alarm didn't go off.
Faulkner looks over at second, and the pitch fouled straight back. Alec Johnson went 0 for 2, struck out, grounded to short. He also drew a walk in game number 1. Here's the pitch, swing, and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Brings up Lance Lettner, the center fielder. Lettner went 0 for 2. Hit a soft liner to second and flew out to right, and then also drew a walk. The lefty steps in. That didn't miss by much. Ball 1. And the pitch is outside. Ball 2. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. And we get a fly ball. It's going to find the gap between left and center. Nix gets at it right away and gets it into the infield. This time his hat did fall off. So we have runners on the corners.
Second baseman, Brett Jensen.
And we're back at the top of the order with Brett Jensen, who struck out his last time up. 1 out. And Jensen shows bunt, throw down to first, and you know what? This is one time I'm glad Cooper Kapanke was playing first, because Pogo would not have been able to get that high. Cole Timon kind of sent one airborne down there, and but Cooper got up and snagged it to prevent anybody from doing anything funny like scoring. Jensen shows bunt, offers. Doesn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch fouled back into the screen. We have a Huey helicopter coming overhead, making all that noise. Go over to first and back in safely. That's Lance Lettner. Alex St. John, and it's a fair ball down the third base line, just barely rolls into the bullpen area. Picking it up is Jaden Nix. 1 run's in, 2 runs come in, and checking in at second base is Brett Johnson. Johnson gets 2 RBIs. And 2 runs scored in St. John and Lettner. Andy Neese comes to the plate. He popped to third his last time up. Pitch is outside for ball 1. And we have a number of bodies heading down to the bullpen. Pitch is low for ball 2. Austin Getch is going to be warming up for the Cavaliers. And the pitch is fouled back into the screen. 2 balls and a strike. We're in the top of the second inning. Top of the third inning. With the Eau Claire Rivermen on top, 2-0. Faulkner looks out at second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Foul tip into the glove for the strikeout. 2 down. And Carson Windeshausen comes to the plate. Windeshausen has one of those names that if they had the names on the back of the jersey, it would go down both sleeves. He flew out to right his last time up. Ground ball to Erickson at second. Throw over to first in time for the putout. So, the Rivermen are down in the top of the third, but they do pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Cavalier errors, and 1 was left on base. So we've completed 2.5. It's the Rivermen 2, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Men's Wear, we're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for that big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats? Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Men's Wear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
Back here at Carson Park. I worry about Jeremy over there in the camera. He's throwing a little French accent over here at Cassie. 60% of the time it works every time. Okay. We do have action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. Austin Getch is warming up down there. As we head into the bottom of the third inning, we're going to be back at the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Josh Garcia, who struck out his first time up. And he hits a fly ball out into center field. That could fall in, and it does. Base hit for Josh Garcia. Josh Garcia was our Cavalier profile today in the Dugout show. That brings up Caden Kapanke, or Campbell Kapanke. They don't even have a Caden in their family. Campbell Kapanke is up. He drew a walk his last time up. This is not a walk. It's a fly ball out into left field. Center fielder comes over and makes a catch, Lance Lettner. So Kapanke goes down with a fly to center. Brings up Cooper Kapanke.
First baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
He also drew a walk his last time up. Throw over to first. Garcia gets back in. He didn't slide as far as thought he was going to. He had to low crawl his way in there for a second, but he made it. Throw back to first. Garcia's safe. Garcia takes another lead. And the pitch is in the dirt. Nick Urban, the lefty, on the mound. Looks over at first, and the pitch. Grounded foul over into the Cavalier dugout.
Good snake by Boda.
One ball, one strike, one out. Garcia with a lead. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Cooper was hoping to connect with that one. Again, Garcia takes his lead. Urban at the belt, throws over to first, they got Garcia, but they threw the ball all the way over to the fence, and Garcia's going to end up on third. They had him picked off. They totally had him picked off, and he's on third base because of an error on the pitcher. Threw it well past Jacob Lacey, way over his head, and into the fence, and Garcia is now on third with one out. 2 strikes on Kapanke. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Here comes Garcia in to score on the wild pitch. And the count is 2-2. Josh Garcia comes in to score. You know, the threat of speed on the bases can cause those things to happen. 2-2 is the count to Kapanke. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into left field for a base hit. Cooper rounds first. And it's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon struck out his last time up.
The catcher, Cole Timon.
The ball was fouled off. Yeah, we're sure glad we've got Dan up here. He's kind of a jack of all trades. Here's the pitch. High pop foul, drifting over, and it's going to land playable, but Lacey couldn't make the play on it. It drifted back in a little bit more, right amongst the kids that are down there ready to get it and turn it in for their buck or whatever they get at the souvenir stand.
I'm the EH of the group.
You kind of are, yes.
A little bit of everything.
You're the EE.
The EE.
The extra everything. 0-2 to Timon. Pitch is inside. Kapanke with a lead. Pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cole Timon, 1 out. Cooper Kapanke on first. And the pitch. Line shot right back into the glove, and the pitcher thought that was the 3rd out. So because he had Kapanke dead, because Kapanke had already taken off for second. But rather than make the throw, he just dropped the ball on the mound, and Kapanke was able to get back. So it's a line out to the pitcher for Cole Timon. Ethan Kelberg comes up. Kelberg drew a walk last time he appeared at the plate. Throw over to first. Kapanke's back. Nick Urban. That's what happens when you lose track of how many outs you have. And the pitch. Kapanke goes. Throw down to second. It's over to the third base side. It rolls out into left field, and Kapanke goes over to third, and that's going to be an error on the pitcher. You give Kapanke a stolen base. He gets a stolen base to put him on second, but the bad throw from the pitcher that rolled out into left field puts him on third. 2 down. Kelberg swings and misses for strike 2. Urban at the belt, and the pitch inside. Urban's pitch, fouled back in the dirt at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Kapanke on third. That's the Cooper version of Kapanke. Urban at the belt, and the pitch. And that missed. Just a little bit high on that outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Cavaliers pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were 2 Rivermen errors, and 1 was left on base. So we've completed 3 innings, and it's the score: Rivermen 2 and the Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Back here at Carson Park. And we have an update on that Tilden Osseo Merchants game. It doesn't say what inning it is, but it's the Osseo Merchants 9 and the Tilden Tigers nothing. Kind of looks like they're going to split that doubleheader. Also, with that Tilden win, I believe the Merchants were the last unbeaten team in the league, and so nobody's going to win the league title being unbeaten this year. Jackson Faulkner back on the mound. And the first pitch is a strike called to James Davis, who singled his first time up. Pitch is a little bit inside. Here's the wind and the fire. Check swing, he held up in time. Ball 2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Coming in is Jaden Nix to make the catch for out number 1. Now that's unusual. He made the catch and the hat stayed on. He didn't have to run very hard for it, though. It just kind of drifted in. That's going to bring up Sawyer Stirs. Rounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Hits a high pop up into shallow right field. Erickson back to make the catch for out number 2. Jacob Lacey is next up, and he struck out his last time to the plate. We're in the top of the 4th inning in a game that's moving right along. Here's the pitch, just a little bit low. Here's the wind and the pitch. Hard shot taken down by Kapanke. He's going to take it himself for a 3 unassisted. Cooper Kapanke dives, stabs the ball, gets up, and runs over to first to make the out. So nothing across for the Rivermen. We've completed 3.5, and it's the Rivermen 2. Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Wednesday, June 8th when the Cavaliers travel to Chippewa Falls to take on the Lumberjacks at Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, June 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Cavaliers' next game will be at Chippewa Falls on Wednesday, June 8th, where they will take on the Lumberjacks.
And we're back here at Carson Park.
Cavs then return to Carson Park on Friday.
Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Cassie Johnson, Jeremy DeGrosse. Having a great time out here with a nice Cavalier doubleheader. Little on the cool side, overcast. Had a little rain in game number 1, but that seems to have gone by, and the Ospreys are flying around out in left center field, feeding their youngins that they have up in that nest. Let's see if we can get a shot of those Ospreys. And, well, we see the nest up there. Mom's up there, but she's ducked down inside with the youngins right now. Okay, so we have Nick Urban on the mound, leading off for the Cavaliers, Anthony Pogodzinski. Here's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Pogo swings and misses, strike 2. Nick Urban at the belt and the pitch. It's in the dirt for ball one. Cavs down by a run, and we're in the fourth inning. And the pitch. Swing and foul tipped. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch is outside and goes past Alex St. John behind the plate, all the way back to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pogo steps in. And the pitch. High and away. Ball 3. Full count now to Anthony Pogodzinski. There's the pitch. High pop foul out of play. Over on the left side.
That ball brought to you by Manchester Street Autobahn.
Urban at the belt and the pitch. It's outside for ball 4, so Pogo draws the walk. It's going to bring up Chase Yeager, and Yeager flew out to left field his last time up. We do have a pinch runner coming in. Mitch Voller is running for Pogo.
Pinch runner for the Cavaliers, number 2, Mitch Voller. Third baseman, Chase Yeager.
And the pitch is high and tight. And he called it a strike. Urban glances over at first, throws over to first. Fowler is back in safely without any too much to worry about. Urban at the belt. And the pitch. Bunted foul by Yeager down the third base line. Got a little bit too much around on it that time. I know Pete Bartingale was telling me he'd like to see his team do a little more bunting, a little bit more small ball. No balls, 2 strikes to Yeager. Nobody out. Throw over to first. Fowler back in, okay. Urban at the belt, looks over at first. And the pitch. Strike called. And Yeager goes down looking. That's going to bring up Caden Erickson. Erickson went down looking his last time up. There's the pitch. It's outside, gets past St. John, and down to second base goes Mitch Fowler. One ball, no strikes. Caden Erickson. There's the pitch. Inside. Polished his belt buckle that time, I think. Two balls, no strikes. Urban at the belt, looks over at second. Now the pitch. It's also inside. Three balls, no strikes. And stepping off. Now back on is Urban. He's at the belt. And the pitch. And it's inside for ball 4. So, Mitch Voller at second. Caden Erickson at first. Coming up to the plate is Jackson Vance, pinch hitting for Ben Boda.
Pinch hitting for the Cavaliers, number 5, Jackson Vance.
Vance in the last game went 2 for 3. Couple of singles. One ball, no strikes. Nick Urban steps off. Vance steps out. Now they're both back in. Here's the pitch. Check swing. He held it in time. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That was low. 3-0. Jackson Vance. Runners at first and second. Mitch Fowler out at second. Caden Erickson at first. Pitch is high and away. And Jackson Vance draws the walk. So, Urban has walked the bases loaded, and we're going to get a little discussion out there. Andy Neese coming out to talk to him. Drew Gibson going down into the bullpen to start warming up. Well, evidently Drew's not the one actually doing the warming up. He's doing the catching for the guy warming up. And I didn't catch the other number as he was going down. Drew Gibson, one of our NLWN-TV announcers, did some basketball with us. Always glad to see him play, even if it's for the other guys. And Jaden Nix hits the ground ball. And it's going to score 2 runs. Base hit by Nix. Scores 2. And that'll put the Cavaliers on top. It also moves Jackson Vance over to second and back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers with Josh Garcia. That must have been the ghost of Bob Euchre. Oh no, or ghost of Hank Aaron opening the door on us there. First pitch was called a strike. Urban's pitch, that was a strike at the letters. Garcia's 1 for 2. He struck out and singled. One down, runners at first and second. And Urban steps off. Man's doing some dancing. He was almost halfway to third. There's the pitch. Looper out in left field, falls in for a base hit. Rounding third is Jackson Vance. And checking in at third is Jaden Nix. And safe at first is Josh Garcia. And that puts the Cavaliers up on top. 4-2. And brings up Campbell Kapanke. He's 0 for 1 today. He walked and flew out to center field. First pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. What was that you said, Dan?
Yeah, with 2 speed runners on Nix on third, Garcia on first. Do we see a little
double steal action
double
here?
Steal.
Throw over to first. Garcia back in safely. Got double action going on down in the bullpen now for the Rivermen. Garcia going, and Kapanke fouls it off. Garcia goes, oh man, and I got here.
Yeah, he got a great jump too.
No balls, 2 strikes to Campbell Kapanke with 1 out. Urban at the belt. Throw over to first. Garcia back. Garcia kind of keeping Urban on his toes. That was kind of a, I know you're there. Another throw over to first. Jaden Nix being very alert out at third, looking for the least opportunity to head for the plate. Garcia dancing, and ball gets fouled back. He's getting Urban's attention. Of course, with that left-handed pitcher, when you're moving around on first base, you're right in his line of vision. He can't block it out. Urban at the belt and delivers a pitch. Swing and a miss.
A foul?
Nope, he struck out. So that's 2 down.
But we got Garcia that moved to.
Yes, Garcia did go out over to second.
First baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
So Cooper Kapanke comes up. Final score from Osseo, it's the Merchants 11 and the Tilden Tigers 0. Swing and a miss by Cooper for strike 1. Nick Urban at the belt. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Kapanke lines one out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Nix comes in to score. Garcia right behind him. And Cooper Kapanke picks up 2 RBIs with the base hit to left field.
The catcher, Cole.
That makes it 6-2 Cavaliers. And brings up Cole Timon with 2 down, and we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Check swing, called strike. And the pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the pitch. High and inside. Dan, is it my imagination or is the sun trying to peek out? I'm seeing shadows down on the field.
Yeah, you know what that means. Over in the PETA gallery over here, am I right?
Did you just call us old? Kids these days, I tell you. And the pitch is low for a ball, and Cole Timon draws the walk. That moves Kapanke over to second and brings up Ethan Kjellberg, who's 0 for 1. He walked and struck out, and we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll get all the details on that and the courtesy runner for Timon when we come back. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And now on the mound for the Rivermen is Jesse Urbanek. The numbers for Nick Urban: 3 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs. All 5 were earned. 5 hits on 5 strikeouts and 7 base on balls. Or is that bases on balls? Jesse Urbanek has an 0-1 record and a 5.14 ERA. And the first pitch is a call ball to Ethan Kjellberg. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Cavs have runners at first and second. Cooper Kapanke over at first. And the ball gets fouled back. And it's Lucas Costley, I believe, running for Cole Timon over at first base as the courtesy runner. Urbanek looks in for the sign. Goes to the belt. And the pitch. Kapanke got a heck of a jump and ends up on third base. Cosley trails him down to second. So now the Cavs have runners at second and third with 2 down, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kjellberg. Urbanek fires, foul back into the screen. Balls, 2 strikes. Urbanek looks in, checks at second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Kjellberg goes down swinging, but not before the Cavaliers did some damage. They picked up 5 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 4 innings. It's the Cavaliers 6 and the Rivermen 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the top part of the 5th inning. Cavaliers have opened up a 6-2 lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen.
The CRVL, Austrian Merchants 11, Tilden Tigers 0.
And I don't know, did we give that final score? Final score from Osseo. It was the Merchants 11 and the Tigers 0. So the 2 do split the doubleheader, which is probably the best result the Cavaliers could have hoped for, because it takes everybody out of the undefeated category. And we head to the top of the 5th with Blake Logering coming up. He struck out his first time up. Jackson Faulkner delivers a strike over the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, coming in and not going to be able to make the play. It's going to fall in front of Campbell Kapanke. By the way, staying in and playing at shortstop is Jackson Vance. Brings up Alex St. John, doubled to left his last time up. First pitch is a strike. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Lacey. And coming in to do that is Tyler Gray. And 0-1 is the count to St. John. Pitch, fly ball, center field. Kapanke moves underneath it, makes the catch. So,
third baseman, Alec Johnson.
That's going to bring up Alec Johnson, and Alec struck out his first time up. Tyler Gray takes his lead over at first. And the pitch is outside. And the pitch is high. Two balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch, fouled off on the right side. Two balls and one strike. And the pitch, swing, strike two. Two balls, two strikes, one down. Runner on first. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Faulkner's pitch fouled back on the right side.
That ball brought to you by Lake Madison. Call 715-861-5442 for tee time.
Two balls, two strikes, one down. Cavaliers on top, 6-2. Looking to get out the brooms maybe. Fly ball, this one's deep out into left field, way back and over that left field fence. Alec Johnson. With a two-run home run. To narrow that lead, 6-4.
Center fielder Lance Lettner.
Lance Lettner, Lettner is at the plate with one out, nobody on now. Faulkner winds and fires a little bit high for ball one. Lettner singled to left his last time up. He did score a run. Here's the wind in the pitch. It's outside for ball two. Here's the wind in the pitch. Low for ball three. And the pitch. Ball four, a four-pitch walk to Lettner. Takes us back to the top of the order. Brett Jensen doubled the left, got 2 RBIs his last time up. We're going to have a little conference at the mound. We'll see if they leave Faulkner in, and they're going to.
Second baseman Brett Jensen.
So Jensen steps in. Faulkner toes the rubber. And Lettner takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Faulkner at the belt. And the pitch. That was inside. One ball and one strike. looks over at first, and the pitch. That was high for a ball. Made Jensen take a little bit of a duck there. And the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Counts even at 2-2. Jensen's 1 for 2. Pitch is high. Count goes full. Jensen struck out in the first inning and then hit a double in the third. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 4. And here comes Pete Bartengale, and we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll be back to get that all straightened out right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Austin Getch coming to the mound for the Cavaliers. And Getch has a record of 2 wins, no losses. Earned run average of 4.09. And the numbers for Jackson Faulkner, he pitched 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, all of which were earned. On 6 hits, he struck out 5, walked only 2, but they were the 2 that are on base right now. So, 1 out. Brings up Andy Neese, who is 0 for 2 in this game. He popped to third and struck out. 1 out. Fires and a base hit out into left field. And they hold the runner at third. So the bases are loaded. And brings up Carson Windishausen. Cavs up by 2, but the bases are loaded with 1 out for the Rivermen.
Carson Windishausen.
Windishausen does have home run power. Gets your shot, pitch straight up the middle for a base hit. Kapanke comes in and they hold the runner at third. 1 run does come in to score. So in to score is Lettner. That makes it a one-run game, 6-5. Cavaliers on top, and the pitch catches the outside corner for a strike with James Davis at the plate. That run, by the way, does get charged to Faulkner. And the pitch gets by Timon, throw to the plate, and it's not in time. So in to score on the wild pitch is Brett Jensen. That also does get charged to Faulkner. So now we have runners at second and third, and they appeal out to the base umpire. He says he did not go around. James Davis at the plate, 1 for 2. He has singled, flew out to left, and here's the pitch. 3 balls and a strike. All tied at 6 now in the 6th inning. 5th inning. Here's the pitch. It's outside. And the bases are loaded again. Cavaliers have had times like this where they've started to struggle finding the plate. And it looks like Ethan Kelberg may be warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen. Long fly ball out into center field. Kapanke makes the catch. Tagging at third, coming in to score on the sacrifice fly is Andy Neese. So 2 down. Runners at first and second. Windeshausen at first. Windeshausen at second. Davis at first. Jacob Lacey at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Catch fires. Fly ball out into center field. Kapanke ranges over, makes the catch to end the inning. But not without some damage being caused. The Rivermen pick up 5 runs on 4 hits. There were no Cavalier errors. The hits were led by that 2-run home run by Alec Johnson. And they had left the bases loaded. So we've played 4.5, and it's the Rivermen 7, Cavaliers 6. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
We're back here at Carson Park. Umpires and Cavalier assistant coach Ryan Bemninster having a bit of a conversation. Not exactly sure what it was about. I think it had to do with some of the substitutions that were taking place. So we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cavaliers find themselves behind by a run again. He's going to bring up Anthony Pogodzinski. Pogo is 0 for 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. And it's low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the wind and the 2-0 pitch. That's inside for ball 3. Looks like Jackson Vance now warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen. And the pitch is inside. So Pogo draws the walk. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Jeremy over here is saying he was overhearing from down on the field that it was probably that Kelberg probably can't come in to pitch. Here's a ground ball, throw over to first, and they throw it away. Pogo checks in at third, he rounds, and Chase Yeager gets on an error by the pitcher. So the Cavs have runners at second and third with nobody out. And the reason Kelberg couldn't come in to pitch is he was the extra hitter. The extra hitter can't come into the field. And here's a chopper foul down the third base side. Caden Erickson at the plate. Designated hitter can come in, but you lose the designated hitter when that happens. But the extra hitter cannot. I believe that's how that reads. There's a ground ball over to short, picking it up and throwing it over to first, and they did not get him at first base. So Caden Erickson hustles and beats that one out on an infield hit, and he picks up an RBI as Pogo comes in to score. And over to third is Yeager. And brings up Jackson Vance at the plate. Oh, Jaden Nix. This isn't right. Fly ball. Oh, that was Jackson Vance. Ball was caught. I didn't see what Erickson did. I somehow missed that. Yeah, there's a problem here with the lineup. Yeah, there's nobody out. I think Caden Erickson missed his at-bat.
I think so, too.
Regular Josh Garcia.
Or would have been Ben Boda missed his.
Well, no, Jackson Vance came in for him. So okay. Jaden Nix just did a sacrifice fly to right field.
Oh, wait a second. Caden Erickson had the base hit.
No.
Oh, that
Jackson
was
Vance got the base hit. Because he's the one who just came in to score. And And I think the Rivermen have just discovered that. And Steve Kent from the scorer's booth just looked over. Okay, I believe as we're looking at our scorebook and we're comparing it with Steve Kent and they're discussing it down on the field, it was Caden Erickson who just came in and scored, and it looked like Jackson Vance to me because a 6 and a 5 look almost identical. And Jackson Vance missed his at bat, and Jaden Nix came in. And they're saying that they're going to leave it go with just the missed spot in the lineup because there was a pitch thrown to the next batter before they called time to question it. And so, as it stands, there's one out on the sacrifice fly. We have Josh Garcia at the plate. Throw over to first and back in safely is Jaden Nix. No, that's not Jaden Nix. It's No, it's Caden Erickson. No, it's Garcia. No, that's Caden Erickson at first. Garcia's at the plate. And because Jaden Nix hit the sacrifice fly. There we go. We'll get it right. At any rate, Pogo scored, and so the score is now Cavaliers. I only have them with 1 run this inning. No, 2 runs. Chase Yeager came in to score also. That's why. Okay. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Josh Garcia. Boy, I'm glad I've got as many people up here in the press box to help me out with this, because otherwise I'd be thoroughly confused. 1 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garcia goes down. 2 down. Campbell Kapanke is at the plate. And Campbell is 0 for 2. Flew out to center, struck out. He did draw a walk. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 1. Cavs back on top now. There's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the pitch. High pop foul on the right side, out of play. Bounces off the bleachers.
Reminder, return that foul ball down here behind home plate. You get a $1 token with your souvenir tool.
And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Jesse Urbanek on the mound for the Rivermen. 2 down, 1-2 count to Campbell Kapanke. Bannock looks over at second, and the pitch. Line shot out in the left field is going to fall in for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score is Erickson. So Campbell Kapanke singles to left. It's an RBI, and Kapanke comes in to score. Or Erickson comes in to score. Now we have Cooper Kapanke. Cooper is 2 for 2 this afternoon in the second game. And a hard shot foul down the third base line made Pete Bartingale jump to get out of the way. There's the wind in the pitch. Just missed, just a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch is high for ball 3, or ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. And they picked him off at first. Campbell Kapanke gets picked off at first base. And that ends the inning for the Cavaliers, but not before they pick up 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 hits. There was an error on the Rivermen and 1 left on base. So we've completed 5 innings with the Cavaliers on top, 9-7 over the Rivermen. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For over 1/3 of its history, Eau Claire has been able to count on the Eau Claire Cavaliers for high-quality baseball excitement. Come be a part of Eau Claire's legacy with your hometown Eau Claire Cavaliers. Home games are at historic Carson Park. To plan your day of affordable family fun, check out the Cavaliers on Facebook. Or go to the Cavalier website at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Back out here at Carson Park. Cavaliers on top, 9-7. Jackson Faulkner back on the mound for the Cavaliers in the 6th inning. Oh, wait a minute. That's not Faulkner. I just saw him down there. It's Getch. That's right, because Getch came in for Faulkner last inning. Austin Getch back on the mound. And we're going to have Blake Logering come to the plate for the Rivermen with going 1 for 2 so far in this game. And the first pitch just missed low because it came right down the middle of the plate. Logering singled his last time up, which was to lead off the last inning. Here's the pitch, it's high and away. He's also struck out 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Grounded out towards short. Vance with the play, throws over to Kapanke at first for the out. So Logering goes down 6-3. That's going to bring up Alex St. John. St. John is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 3rd inning, and then last inning flew out to center field. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. That just missed a little bit low. He's not missing by much. He's right over the plate with him. Well, one of those was called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is high. Now it's 2-1. Teddy Joas not really demonstrative with his balls and strike calls. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Getch winds and fires, and a swing and a miss at a pitch that was high and away. Doesn't matter, it's still a strikeout. Alex St. John goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Alec Johnson. Johnson got all the action going last inning with a 2-run home run. He's also struck out. Here's the wind of the pitch. Called strike. And the pitch. High pop foul out of play. Not quite far enough over to be threatening my car. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped it off of Cole Timon. And the umpire comes out to toss the ball to Getch and give Timon a chance to get himself back together.
Foul ball brought to you by Eau Claire Cavaliers. Located at 2196 110th Street.
The umpire asks him, Teddy Joas asks him, you ready to go? And Timon nods his head, yep. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Getch into the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Pop up, Erickson circling underneath it. He's got it for out number 3. So for the Rivermen, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 5.5. And it's the Cavaliers 9 and the Rivermen 7. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Getting ready to head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now, pitching for the Eau Claire Rivermen.
And Drew Gibson, our very own NLWN-TV announcer, is out there on the mound for the Rivermen. Part of that Colfax connection in this game, because we have Drew, and he's going to be facing possibly this inning, Caden Erickson. That's the other part of the Colfax connection, as well as first base coach for the Rivermen, Tim Wilson. Due up for the Cavaliers, Cooper Kapanke. Cooper Kapanke is up, as well as Cole Timon and Ethan Kelberg.
And off the bottom of 6 for the Cavaliers, the first baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
And the first pitch lofted out into left field for a base hit. And Cooper Kapanke gets his third hit of the game. He's 3 for 3. So Jesse Urbanek gets credit for an inning and a third. And it's 2-0 to Cole Timon. Timon is 0 for 2 tonight. And it's high for a ball. And it's a strike for, makes it 3-1. And it's fouled off on the right side. Counts even at 3-2. Numbers on Jesse Urbanek. He threw 1 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, 1 of which was earned. 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Gibson's pitch. Line drive out into center field. Can't make the catch as Lettner. And they're going to call it an error because it bounced right out of his glove. But Timon is safely at second. Kapanke safely at third. It's going to bring up Ethan Kelberg. Kelberg is 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out twice. He's also drawn a walk.
Extra hitter, Ethan Kelberg.
Gibson looks over at second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Tall right-hander on the mound. Remember him playing football, where he used his height to his advantage. It's about the only advantage he had.
Yeah, he was quarterback for 1 year?
1 year, yes.
For the Colfax Vikings high school
and
team.
They basically, the other players basically begged him to coming out his senior year. He hadn't played football in high school. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kjellberg. I remember Drew back when he was knee-high to a grasshopper. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and he strikes Kjellberg out. 1 down. Runner still at second and third. And it's going to bring up Anthony Pogodzinski. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Grounded to short. He's also walked twice. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. Gibson looks in. Okay's the sign. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pogo was looking to add 3 runs to the score right there. Gibson at the belt. And the pitch. That's high for ball 2.
Do you know if he pitched in high school?
No, I don't know. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
All ball brought to you by Play Again Sports. Open weekdays 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. Saturdays 10 to 6, Sundays 11 to 4.
Gibson, wheels and deals. Line shot out into right field for a base hit. It's going to score 2. Kapanke scores. And right after him comes Lucas Costley, who was running for Timon. So Pogo gets 2 RBIs. And it brings up Chase Yeager. Yeager's 0 for 3. Got on an error his last time up. First pitch is a ball. Gibson at the belt. And the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. And the pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. Pogo bluffs going. The pitch is inside. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, fouled off, and the count goes full.
That ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body. Located at 430 East Madison Street.
Chase Yeager has also flown out to left and struck out looking. In addition to getting on an error his last time up and scoring a run. And the pitch is low for ball 4. Yeager goes to first. This is the matchup I was looking to see. Drew Gibson pitching to Caden Erickson. These two guys were very best friends throughout high school. I could see the grin on Gibson's face already. Gibson looks over at second, and the pitch. Erickson watches it for a strike.
There is a little smirk on his face.
There is. Gibson looks in, shakes off the sign, shakes it off again. Now he takes the sign. Looks at Pogo, fires high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Erickson steps in. Gibson at the belt. The 1-1 pitch is outside. It gets past the catcher, St. John, and the runners each advance. That puts Pogo on third. And Yeager on second. 2-1 to Erickson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. It gets past the third baseman. In to score is Pogo. Yeager checks in, and they're going to mark that as an error on the third baseman. So Pogo comes in to score.
Shortstop, Jackson Vance.
Yeager's on third, Erickson on first, and Jackson Vance at the plate. Vance missed his last time up. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's a ball, and down to second base goes Erickson. Gibson fires. It's high. 3 balls, no strikes. Nothing doing down in the Rivermen bullpen. Here's the pitch. And that's a called strike over the inside corner. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Lettner makes the catch. Coming in to try to score, and they throw the ball back out into center field as they were trying to get Erickson off of second. He checks in at third. In to score is Yeager.
Hold on a second now.
Yeah, Yeager came in to score on the sacrifice fly to center field. And then they cut off the throw and threw it back to second. And they threw it into center field, and Erickson ended up over on third. Brings up Jaden Nix. Nix is 1 for 2. Singled, scored a run, and hit an RBI sacrifice fly to right field. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jaden Nix. 2 down. Runner on third. There's the 2-2 pitch. It's a little low. The runner on third is Caden Erickson. And the pitch. It's in the dirt, gets past the catcher, and in to score is Caden Erickson on the wild pitch. And Nix draws the base on balls. Takes us back to the top of the order, and Josh Garcia. Garcia is the 9th batter to come up this inning.
Right fielder, Josh Garcia.
5 runs for the Cavaliers this inning. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Nix checks in at second. You know, Jaden Nix is lucky there's an ear flap on the batting helmets. Otherwise, he'd be hatless. Oh, and that one got Josh Garcia. He thumped him pretty good with that one. So it puts Garcia on first. Jaden Nix on second. Kapanke at the plate. And he fouls it off on the right side. Kapanke ended the last inning by being picked off of first base after he singled. Here's the pitch. There's another base hit for Kapanke. That's going to go through and maybe get him over to second. Throw coming in. He's in safely, sliding, and 2 runs come in to score. Campbell Kapanke with a 2-baser to center field. He got 2 RBIs. And scoring is Jaden Nix and Josh Garcia. And Cooper Kapanke is up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Cooper's 3 for 3 in this game. There's the pitch. It's high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Brother Campbell out at second. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled off. Count remains at 1-2. Drew Gibson on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck Cooper Kapanke out. But for the Cavaliers, they picked up 7 runs on just 3 hits. There were 2 Rivermen errors and 1 left on base. So we've completed 6 innings of play, and it's the Cavaliers 16 and the Rivermen 7. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
www.eauclaircavaliers.org, on Facebook at Eau Claire Cavaliers Baseball Team, and on Twitter at ECCavs. You'll find stats, schedules, videos, score updates, and more.
We're back here at Carson Park. Austin Getch on the mound, trying to wrap this one up. Cavaliers digging out the brooms, hoping to get a sweep of the doubleheader. That doubleheader sweep should leave them, if my math that I'm doing in my head is correct, only a game and a half out of first place after the rough start they had to this season. That's awfully good news for the Cavaliers to be that close.
Yeah, it looked a little rough there at the beginning of the season, and they've hung right there.
Here's the pitch, swing and a miss to Lance Lettner. Here's the wind, and the 0-1 pitch is outside for a ball. And it's fouled back into the screen. So with that foul ball, we're now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And strike 3. Lettner goes down looking. And that's going to bring up Brett Johnson at the top of the order. Johnson's 1 for 2. Got a 2 RBI double. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. And the pitch is fouled back. One ball, 1 strike to Jensen. Here's the pitch, it's high, ball 2. Getch into the wind, and the motion is a called strike as that went right down the middle of Water Street. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, ground ball over to third, picked up by Yeager, throw over to first, and they got him by half a step. Yeager to Kapanke, and they just barely got Jensen. That brings up Andy Neese. Oh, we have a pinch hitter, Terry McCann. And the first pitch is a called strike. And a foul ball down the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes. Terry McCann hitting for Andy Neese. Here's the wind and the pitch. That just missed the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Austin Getch winds and delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to do it because the Rivermen get no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Final score, Cavaliers 16, the Rivermen 7. Winning pitcher, Austin Getch, which will move his record to 3-0, I believe. Yes, that'll move his record to 3-0. Today he pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up a run, 1 was earned, 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Losing pitcher is, I believe, Jesse Urbanek. I have to take a look at that, but I think that all the runs that Gibson gave up, the Cavaliers were already ahead. So, yes, that was the case. And so Jesse Urbanek is the losing pitcher. And we'll have more information for you as we do Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Back here at Carson Park, ready to do a little Talkin' Baseball. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Cassie Johnson on the computer, and Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. And he's actually started working on taking the other cameras apart, and we'll be packing up before too long. Before I get too far into this, I want to send out a birthday shout out to our computer switcher and wonderful friend Ann Monroe, as well as a good friend of ours, Peter Upton, who are at this moment sharing a birthday party, which explains why Ann isn't at the games today. So happy birthday to Ann and Peter. And don't forget, we want to give a shout out to Josh Garcia's California folks. Oh yes, and happy anniversary to Cooper's parents. And we have our Florida contingent paying attention, so we will send greetings out to all of them. Dan, tell us what you thought about this game.
Yeah, the second game, I thought the Cavaliers' bats got a little hotter. They jumped on some pitches early, took advantage of the errors by the Rivermen, and more aggressive base running from the coach. 10 hits, and all that put together gets you a W in the column. So they'll go back to practice this week get ready for their next games coming up. We got a game coming up on Wednesday. And we'll have Pete Martingale up here in a little bit to talk about it. We're just going through some numbers quick. Overall, yeah, 2 good games for the Cavs today. Bats seem to be starting to come alive now. And, yeah, like I said, a little more aggressive base running by Coach Martingale today. So the Cavs will improve their record to 4-4. And they'll only be a game and a half out of first place now.
Okay, and we were getting a little scoring questioning going on from downstairs, and Kirk and the official score for the Cavaliers wondering what we had down in the 5th inning where Jackson Vance missed the at-bat. And I said, basically, it just goes in an empty spot. Had they caught it before they had pitched to the next batter, it would have been an out on Vance. But they didn't catch it in time, so it's just a doesn't exist situation. And so, yeah, we're going to have Pete Martingale coming up here fairly soon, and he's going to have to be pretty happy today with the 4-4 win, or 4-4 record the Cavaliers have worked their way back into. They're back in contention for the league championship. Although he's still down in the dugout right now. I see him down there. But by sweeping the doubleheader today, they basically tie the Rivermen in the standings. Cavs are 4-4. Rivermen are 3-3. And I'll have to take a good close look at the standings and see what that does. But I'm pretty sure that that's going to leave the Cavaliers only a game and a half out of first place, and that's good news for the Cavs. They're back in the league championship race in the Chippewa River Baseball League. And so I'll tell you what, we're going to have Pete Martingale coming up here in just a minute. We'll get his perspective on today's game right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at Carson Park talking baseball, and we're talking baseball right now with Cavalier manager Pete Martingale. And Pete, Get out the brooms.
Yeah. Yeah, we got off to a good start today. I felt pretty good in our batting practice prep there before the game, and Lucas Cosley came out and pitched really well. That first game was a nail-biter. We just couldn't get anything going, but to give their pitcher a lot of credit.
You were facing Tyler Gray, and he's one of the better pitchers in the league. And
yeah, he really kept us off guard with a curveball there and changeup, and told the guys just look fastball, but there's a reason he's a strikeout leader, one of the top strikeout leaders this CRBL.
And you mentioned Lucas Cosley pitched really well, and when it's almost too bad he gets a no decision on that game. But give some props to Reese Lucas to come in and pitch 3 solid innings of relief. Didn't give up any runs, didn't give up any hits. Kept you guys right in that game.
Yeah, Reese is another pitcher of ours that's had some arm problems, and we're just kind of bringing him back slowly. So, but now today I thought he looked like the weather's a little warmer. He's looking a little bit more ready to go, and he actually is saying I want to stay in the game. Whereas a couple weeks ago he was saying I need to come out.
Okay, and so that's got to do, because you guys have a schedule coming up that's going to be basically murder for you, and you've got to have a pitching staff that can get you through it.
Yep. Yeah, well, we have Vance and Bryson Gash and some guys that we got some players that can throw, but it's going to be by committee this year rather than other years. So we're just going to have to rely on 7-8 guys.
Well, and you saw what happens if you don't have the pitchers to get you through it. That's what happened to the Rivermen today.
Yeah.
They just plain ran out of pitching in that second game.
Yeah, a little bit. I thought the second game started. The lefty started the game really well. He threw pretty hard there, and I think he had a soft balance there for a while, but then kind of lost the strike zone. But he was a nice pitcher. His name escapes me. But
Nick Urban.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I've been really impressed with the CRBL to this point. It's obviously my first time, but all the teams are decent. There's no easy game, really.
And Jackson Faulkner gave you 4 1/3 innings, struggled a little bit, gave up some runs. It kind of looked to me like Jackson Faulkner is going to be one of these guys that maybe late inning relief, 2 innings.
Closer type guy.
Yeah, that kind of guy. He's got that kind of effectiveness. He pitched really well in the first 2 innings, and then things started to go south on him.
Yeah, we want to work with him on a changeup because everything he's throwing kind of right now is the same velocity and speed, and I think we have to add one more pitch, but he wants to work on that. But he's another one that's been injured and took a year off of lacrosse because he had some arm surgery, I believe. So he's just kind of coming back, but I think what we saw from him today was very impressive, and it was a great sign for down the road for us.
And it could be. And he could definitely turn into a role player for you.
Yeah, he's a great player. I mean, he can not only pitch, he could play shortstop. He's just a great athlete.
Good speed, and and then Austin Getch, I thought a little shaky when he first came out, but then settled down and just shut things down. He's been pretty impressive so far this year for you.
Yep, he's a great young man, and I got a little mad at him when he didn't cover home plate, but he told me to settle down a little bit, but I told him I'll settle down when you cover home plate. So, yeah, he keeps hitters off balance and with his curveball and fastball, and I think he's effective when he comes in after somebody that's throwing a little bit harder.
And looks like maybe Cooper Kapanke found his stroke and went 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 in that last game. That's a good way to get off the schneid that he's been kind of struggling with. And
yeah, he's a great hitter. He wants to play a little bit more first base, and that's why we had him there the second game. But we're going to have to rely on him this year, and along with his brother. And I think Ryan Vinny was out today, and then Xavier Bemister had the flu today. So we kind of piecemealed it together, but I really liked how Josh Garcia played today in both games. I thought he gave us a spark, and he's a great young man. He hustles all the time, great speed, and great outfielder. So
it was sure a lot of fun to have what turned out to be Jaden Nix and Josh Garcia back-to-back out there, because you had Jaden Nix hitting 10th and Garcia hitting leadoff. And when those two got on base, all of a sudden there's so much speed out there that you figured this is 2 runs.
Yep, and that's why I did that. It's called a double leadoff there. Jaden Nix is a really good hitter. He just needs to get more reps and play more. Well, he's a blue gold player, so I think he's going to go back out next year. But, yeah, we have a lot of speed. We want our 1-2-9 guys to bunt drag and our middle guys to play power, and I think we're starting to do that a little bit. And Cole Timon had some nice hits today, or at least one or two, right?
He got a hold of the ball a couple times. He hit one hard out to center field that bounced out of the center fielder's glove. They charged him with an error over on the official side, but personally, I would have given him the hit on it. But yeah, it wasn't my call. Anyway, you're going to always argue with the official scores. They got that nice sacrifice fly and or sacrifice bunt, and then he also hit that double in game one that was pretty critical. But this game two almost got away from you.
Yeah, I did a little bit, and for some reason Sundays we seem to have a little bit of a hangover. I'm not sure where the guys are Saturday night, but we're going to have to
some
figure
things
that
we're not
out.
going to ask about.
But that's something I think we got to work on a little bit because I was at that age at one time. So I don't think we have to go as far as get a curfew, but I think we have kind of a Sunday morning lull a little bit, and we got to figure that out because every game's critical to this point going forward.
And coming up next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, just traveling a few miles north, take on the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, they got us the first time, so I think we're pretty motivated. We talked about that in our post-game little conversation down there. Not sure we're going to throw, but they're a decent team for sure, but I think Katz is gone. He's with
Katz
the
is
Express.
gone. He's now with the Eau Claire Express, and so he's the one who shut you guys down in that first game, so hopefully things will be a little better for you up at their place.
They're a decent team, though. They put the ball in play, but I think we're a little bit better than we were 3 weeks ago, so I think we're catching our stride. And that's a big one if we want to get in that top four, and that's our goal to be in that top four.
Well, the good part about this is the win today puts you at 4-4 in the CRBL. You're basically tied with the Rivermen, who are 3-3. But because of the split down in Osseo, I believe, and I'm just doing numbers in my head here, but I think it leaves you only a game and a half out of first.
Yep.
So that's totally within striking distance.
Yeah, we haven't played Osseo yet. I know they're tough.
You got two with them.
Yep, that's coming up here shortly, run into free tag. But we played some tough competition early, though, too, as well. So I think it all balances out. But I feel a lot better with this team than I did about 3 weeks ago. I'm feeling a lot more confident in how we're playing.
Now you can go in and take on anybody and just see what happens.
It's been a long week. I don't know how many games I coached between high school and baseball. And then I got to go to Shell Lake and play Andy Neese Tuesday afternoon in Shell Lake. So, but it's fun. We get Gabe O'Brien back. He should be back maybe Wednesday.
Okay.
He's another great hitter that'll be back in our lineup. So that's our full team, and that's everybody's back. Carter Hesselman is not coming back and playing this year. So that'll hurt.
Which is why Ben Boda is wearing 17.
Yeah. I thought Benny played pretty well today. Benny's coming off a bad ankle the whole year, so
he seemed a little rusty, and that'll come around.
Yeah, we spoke about that, but he's a great little player, and we played shortstop for Regis of the state tournament team last year, but he just needs more reps.
Okay, well, congratulations on that doubleheader sweep today as you move right back into the thick of the CRBL race, and good luck on Wednesday.
Thanks, Rick.
And we'll have more Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy. Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
And we're back here at Carson Park talking baseball, and Cavaliers sweep a doubleheader from the Eau Claire Rivermen, move them right back into the CRBL race. Hey, don't forget, join the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV on Wednesday as the Cavaliers travel up to Chippewa Falls to take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks from Carson Park. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 with the first pitch at 7 o'clock. And vets, don't forget that the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Geno's player of the game was Ben Boda. So make sure you stop out at Geno's Pizza tomorrow and mention Ben's name and get a free soft drink. He did not get an extra base hit, but you still can get yourself a free soft drink out at Geno's Pizza tomorrow. And make sure you tune in to Like the Game Wednesday because, of course, we'll have another Geno's player of the game then. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City and voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Callista Salon on Water Street in Eau Claire. Call 715-864-5332 for a reservation. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Dan Petshaw and Cassie Johnson, Jesse DeGrosse, this is Rick Olson. Am I saying that wrong? Oh, Jeremy DeGrosse. I'm sorry. Maybe you have a brother you never knew you had. All right. Cavaliers sweep the doubleheader today. First game, it was 2-1 in extra innings. And in the second game, Cavaliers won it 16-7. And you've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.